Hello, my name is Virginia Ortiz, and I am completing my reflection video as part of our comprehensive portfolio for my master's degree in special education high incidence. I kind of took a reverse approach in earning my master's degree in special education. I was in the regular education classroom for 11 years, and I was beginning to feel the burnout of state assessments. I was kind of feeling like I wasn't being successful for the students in my class, and I began to dread coming to work on a daily basis. So I remember thinking one day that I needed a drastic change, either to teach a completely different level, or I just needed to get out of the field of education altogether. But I love the school that I was in, and the only opening available in our building was our resource teacher. So I decided that this may be the biggest change I needed in my career. My principal approved my transfer, which also meant that I needed to begin my coursework for my master's degree. So as I began looking towards teaching resource, I knew that I would be teaching individualized instruction to meet the needs of students that I would be planning and implementing. I knew that from past experiences of having students in my classes with exceptionalities, I would support teachers and students in the classroom with inclusion services, and then I would pull out students to work one-on-one with them or in small groups with them on academic needs, math, and English language reading. I was excited about collaborating with teachers in the school and being able to not worry so much about student behaviors. I was burned out on managing behaviors, and I was feeling like I did not make a big impact with my students in the regular education classroom. So I knew that the students I would be working with, they would be, I knew that the students I would be working with were struggling, and I thought that my coursework through Fort Hays State would help to present ideas on how to better equip myself so that I could give the students on my caseload the tools that they needed in the classroom. I also thought that through my coursework, I would learn how to conduct IEP meetings, conduct and evaluate testing, and I would learn how to correctly write IEPs for my potential students. And what I thought I would learn only scratched the surface of what I have actually learned through my coursework. So the assumptions that I had on what I would learn during my coursework versus what I actually learned helped to rejuvenate the passion that I have for teaching. I've learned that no two children are alike, and I think I always knew that. My coursework has just helped to refresh some of those ideas for me. Every student that I work with have their own unique thoughts, strengths, and weaknesses and challenges in school. I have learned that students with exceptionality, I have learned that students have more than just an exceptionality in reading or math. They also can have social needs, emotional needs, physically, verbally, and auditory needs. Special education does not always mean that you have a weakness either, but it can also mean that you are gifted in an area of school, in science, in math, in reading. So throughout my studies that I have started to learn and have been able to analyze that it takes more than just myself and the classroom teacher to help students with an exceptionality. It takes a collaboration between teachers and support staff, parents, community agencies that work together and collaborate with an individual student in mind. I have learned how the laws affect students and ways that the schools can be liable for failing to meet the needs of students with exceptionalities. So the implementation of IDEA helps to shape how we must meet the needs for our students. And I think my coursework at Fort Hays State really dived very deeply into the special ed laws of IDEA and what they mean for a student, what they mean for a teacher, what they mean for a school, and what they mean for a family. I've also been able to analyze various tests that are evidence-based to help analyze what strengths and weaknesses a child may have. I've been given the opportunity through my coursework to complete an individual family service plan, a functional behavior assessment, and complete a case study that helped us to look at each individual section of the IEPs in order to help strengthen what I write in an IEP for a student. So moving forward, as I earn my degree in special education, high incidence, I have again been rejuvenated and have so many more ideas on how to look at a student and understanding that there is not two students alike. On my case study, I have a lot of siblings, and even though they come from the same family, their needs are so different. And so I really have learned through my coursework to take what I have learned and really analyze the students and their needs and the testing and put it all together and talk with the teacher and talk with the parents, because when we can all work together as a team, we are able to help those students with exceptionalities more so than if we were just working on a team by ourselves. So our students grow more when we put everybody on the team working together and communicate. I think one of my biggest things I have learned through my coursework, through the group collaboration projects that I've done, and is communication. Communication is the key for things to go smoothly. Communication is the key to help our kids be successful. And I believe that that is our ultimate goal as educators, is for our students to be successful. And when they are successful, they can grow leaps and bounds, more so than even they maybe thought that they could. I've learned that through my coursework to advocate for the kids, because truly inspiring and motivating them is the reason that we teach. So the changes that I will make, that I have been making the last 3 years during my coursework, is, I think, communicating with teachers and communicating with parents and communicating with our support staff at school and my para, so that we're all on the same page, so that each individual kid in my classroom will be successful and have the love of being a lifelong learner and enjoying school and being motivated. And my job is to continue being a lifelong learner myself and staying up to date on the laws of special education, the latest research that is available, the latest intervention support that is evidence-based, that I can utilize with my students so that they will be successful. I've ultimately enjoyed going back to school and learning these traits and just being rejuvenated. My passion for teaching is back, and my passion for kids is back. And that was my goal. And when I first came out of Fort Hays State, when I had earned my bachelor's degree, my goal was, I was in it for the kids. And I lost that somewhere along the way, and I feel like moving back into special education and earning my master's from Fort Hays State, that I am a better teacher now than I have ever been before. Thank you.